I can't outdo the Kelseys. I thought about trying to do that. But 2024 Time Athlete of the Year, 2-time Naismith Trophy. I mean, we could spend the entire podcast, Caitlin, just listing off like everything that you've been doing for the last 4 years. But Caitlin, I really appreciate you taking the time to just hang out for a little bit. It's good to catch up with you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Caitlin Clark is making waves again with a viral interview for University of Iowa Sports Media. In this candid conversation, she reflects on the key moments that have shaped her career, sharing insights into her legacy just a week before her college jersey is retired at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Caitlin looks back on her unforgettable freshman year during the pandemic, her college experiences, and more. She also opens up about the WNBA, the friendships she values, and even shares the surreal story of meeting Taylor Swift at a Chiefs game.
I've been covering you since your senior year of high school, but you and I had never met face to face until after your freshman season because they kept everything so strict due to COVID and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of makes your rise kind of even more intriguing to me, because it's not even the fact that like you've elevated to where you are. You started from the bottom because there were literally no fans in attendance, and like even the TV deal was kind of suspect at the time.
And trust me, Caitlin's thoughts on women's basketball and the pivotal moments of her career are ones you won't want to miss. Her insights are raw and real, showcasing why she's one of the most inspiring athletes today. So get ready, because we're about to dive deep, right here, right now. Are you in? Let's go.
So, 3 words describe your Iowa career.
I'm going to say special.
Okay.
I'm going to say life-changing, but that's 2 words. Dang it.
It's a hyphen.
Okay, hyphen. Does that make it? Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll count it 1.
Special, life-changing, and impactful. I'm going to go those 3.
Clark kicks things off strong, describing her career as special, life-changing, and impactful. But why those 3 words? Caitlin reflects with deep gratitude, sharing what those moments really mean to her and how they shaped her journey.
Like impactful. And I think that from a standpoint of like, obviously I have had an impact on a lot of people. I'm very aware of that. But at the same time, I hope everybody knows they've had an impact on me too. Like it's a 2-way street, and getting to see the young boys and the young girls, or, you know, the people that have drove from miles and miles to come watch us, or whatever it was in college, you know, that has a huge impact, not only on myself, but our entire teams when we were playing. So I hope everybody knows it's a 2-way street on that.
Yeah.
And it really means a lot to us players, and certainly myself.
Next, Caitlin takes us back to where it all began, her freshman year during the height of COVID. Remember those days? She shares what it was like playing in empty arenas, with only cardboard cutouts in the stands and her family as her sole supporters.
Honestly, I don't remember a lot of them. One of the only ones I really remember was probably the Iowa State one at home, where we came back from, I think, down 18 points. But like, we're playing in front of nobody. Like, there wasn't anything like super memorable about that year. Like, you're playing in front of cardboard cutouts and then like just your family members. So that was kind of a blur. And at some points, like it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like I feel like it gave me a year to kind of get my feet wet in college basketball. With that, I didn't have to balance road crowds. I didn't have to balance our crowd. I didn't have to balance all of that noise.
So what really happened during that Iowa State game, and why is it so unforgettable for Caitlin? She dives into the details of that iconic moment, explaining what made it stand out and how it became a key turning point in her journey.
I look back and watch some of those videos of me celebrating after the Iowa State game, because I think I made 3 with like 40-some seconds to go.
Oh, yeah.
To put us up 1 maybe or something. It was a huge comeback anyway. And I was like celebrating like there was 15,000 people inside of Carver, and there was probably like 200 people in Carver watching us. So it's just really funny to laugh at myself looking back on, but it was a good time.
But here's the twist. Caitlin reveals how that eerie, quiet atmosphere might have actually helped her adjust to college basketball. She explains that the lack of crowd noise gave her the space to focus and refine her game in ways she hadn't anticipated.
I feel like that allowed me to kind of play more free and kind of figure out myself and, I don't know, just figure out how college basketball works. So, you know, it was kind of unfortunate that I missed a year of college basketball of being in front of our crowds, but at the same time, I try to look at it in a positive manner of like, maybe that helped me, and maybe like that was the starting point of like how I kind of got my feet wet in college basketball. And then obviously after that, it really took off. We played in front of nobody to not being able to get a ticket, which is pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, you got to play in front of your dog at least, though, too.
Yeah, that was basically the only person, my fake cardboard cutout.
And when the fans finally returned, Caitlin's excitement was through the roof. Here she is, in her own words, sharing her genuine reaction to feeling that energy back in the arena.
Honestly, I think going into my second year, I was just so excited to like finally get to play in front of people. I remember asking, it was like the exhibition game. And I remember like going up to Coach Fitz, I'm like, how many people do you think are going to be here? Like I kept asking, like I was so giddy on like finding out like how many people were going to come, like what the crowd was going to be like. Like I remember being like so excited to finally play in front of our fans and the people that have supported, you know, the program far before I got there. So I just remember being like super giddy about that. I remember just being so excited. I think there was probably like 4,000, 3,000 people there maybe if I had to guess, but I was like so excited to play in front of people that weren't my mom and dad and my teammates' parents. Like it was like a taste of, you know, kind of what could be or what had been for the program previously. So I just remember being like so giddy about an exhibition game because it was just the first time that I got to play in front of our fans a year after I'd already been on campus, more than a year after being on campus.
Caitlin's jersey retirement at the University of Iowa is historic. As the third player in program history to have her jersey in the rafters, she reflects on the journey that led to this achievement. From wearing the iconic number 22 to leaving a lasting impact on the court, Caitlin explains that this honor wasn't a goal she set for herself, but a reflection of the love and dedication she gave to the program. Let's hear Caitlin share what this incredible achievement really means to her.
I guess now that enough time's gone by, what's your kind of thought process about your jersey getting retired and knowing you don't even just have your mark on the floor? Like your jersey is going to be in the rafters forever.
Obviously it gets announced and it's like, oh, this is amazing and this is so cool. But I feel like as the days kind of started to approach here and we're now like a week away from this actually happening, I feel like it's kind of becoming really real. And, you know, this isn't like a goal where you show up to campus and you're like, like I want to have my jersey retired one day. Like nobody does that. Nobody thinks that way. Like you just give your all for the program and the university. And, you know, there's been a lot of really good players to come through our program and have, you know, would have been National Player of the Year, Big Ten players, you know, whatever it is. And I think we only have 2 with their jersey retired right now. So it'll be cool to be one of the few. It's hard to probably, you know, really feel all the emotions until I'm going to be inside of Carver and really see it and experience that with my family. And I'm not usually a very emotional person, but I feel like this will probably make me a little more emotional. And usually like when we've had certain things inside of Carver, I've been competing or playing shortly before like something like that has happened, whether it's been a senior night or something like that. So it's hard to kind of evoke emotion after you just competed for 40 minutes. But now that I'm not actually going to be playing, I feel like I'll probably be a little more emotional, even though I'm not a super emotional person. Thankful to have played at a place that loves women's basketball in the way that it does and has really helped me flourish. And it'll be exciting for me to go back and be inside Carver. You know, I haven't been there since I played my last game, so it'll be really special.
You have a new strength coach or player development coach at the Fever now too, right?
Yeah, new player development coach. Came over with Steph White from Connecticut, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun to be in Indianapolis and working out with him. And Keith just loves the game of basketball. You can tell, and he puts a lot of time into it. It puts a lot of time into, you know, what we're going to work on every single day, but how does that look in like a long-term plan of my development, and adding little things and refining certain things that, you know, can help me be much more successful in year 2. And then also just trying to get stronger and be in the weight room a lot. So it's been fun. I feel like this is the first time I've really had a chance to like really work on my game and work on my craft and be really focused on it. And obviously that was hard. In college, you know, even going into my senior year was really the last time I could work on things and add things. But
what are your goals for yourself for this season? Maybe for Caitlin this season?
My goals for Caitlin, I just want her to just destroy everything, right? Like I want to give her like the extra tools to where now the way the teams used to play her, you can't do that anymore. You can't force her to take these shots. So now what do? You just got to take that. You just got to take these points and just get on the other end, right? So that's my goal. I want her to just feel super comfortable in every scenario, every coverage, whatever it is, and just destroy teams, right? You know, the goal is ultimately a championship.
Do you see MVP Caitlin on the rise?
Absolutely.
I feel like this is really my first time in quite some time where I can really like focus and be in the gym by myself and with trainers and rebounders or whatever, and really work on things that I need to get better at.
You're obviously very emotional on the court.
Yes, I am. I was going to say that. I'm very emotional on the court, but like off the court, I'm not super like, I try to just, you know, I don't know, be like more relaxed. And I take a lot of pride in that. Like once I step off the court, I'm not as fiery and like, I mean, I'm fiery, but it's not the same level as when I get competitive and I'm in a game.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely